Hello everyone and welcome back to Chaos Creations. Well, I'll try to keep this short and sweet, but it is a Mighty Empire's Mighty Waffle, so bear with me. Now before I begin, those of you that play Emperor's Children, watch out for Christmas Day. You're going to get a large explosion of miniatures. I don't know if it's just 40k, it might be Age of Sigmar, it might be Old World, but yes, definitely from what I hear, and it's the same people that told me about the Plastic Krieg, I don't know, in July that I was talking about. They're the same people telling me that Slaanesh will be coming out on Christmas Day. So, fingers crossed for all you people out there. I hope it happens. Now, at the moment, I'm in the middle of doing the last of the very basic parts for Mighty Empires. So I've done a lot of the basic lands, the lowlands, some ocean ones, and some mountains, which are looking very nice. And now these are the edges, so for like rivers and for the ocean and so forth. Whenever I do this, I try to do it in bulk. So if I'm doing a whole lot of mountains, I'll put down 20 mountains or 28 mountains and just boom, do them all at once. We've had some really hot days here in Perth, Western Australia, so I can crank out, let's say I start at 2 in the afternoon, by 11 o'clock at night, I've done, all my mountains and some oceans that are, and these oceans here are actually faulty ones. These were ones that didn't print correctly, much like this one. And what I've done is I've just gone over it with a little bit of spac filler, which is like a bit like, what do you call it, plaster here. And it's good for like you're putting on walls and filling things. So all I've done is I've just gone over it with some very fine spac filler. And then, I just put a dark blue and then a heavy light blue and a bit of white. And there you go. It's a tile. It's nothing fancy, but it does the job and it looks like ocean. So, what does it matter? I mean, the normal oceans are like that. So it's got a little bit of a ripple effect. But, if that's just going to sit out there for boats to be sitting on, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. And I don't like wasting tiles. So what I'll do is I've got some bulk stuff up so here. So what I'll do is over the next week or so, I'll put some more spac filler in there. Or the other thing is I might use these for different races. So I thought about putting spac filler and then putting some like lumpy ground and so forth and crater holes for like Skaven. So they're, because they're all underground. So all there would be was like holes in the ground for them to scuttle into, and might use that for Skaven. Or I might do one that's, just like all sort of ruined buildings and so forth with some scaffolding and such, and say that's Skaven, because, they're all sewer rats and so forth. Things like that. So that's my little project for over the summer break. And they will say, oh, no, I need that for something else. So let's start with, let's go with the big problem. I stuffed up. I'm majorly stuffed up. So when I got these, they originally had like little tabs on them. And the idea was you'd have these and you would like lock them into place like that. So no magnets were needed. They would just sit there perfectly fine. And the reason for that is I hate magnets. I hate magnets with an absolute passion. But after speaking with Daniel, my brother from another mother, he said, look, magnets are the way to go because you can have them there. You don't like it, pop it off, pop a new one on, away you go. There's none of this trying to unfold half the board to get to it. And I had to agree with him, so magnets are the way to go. Problem was I hate doing magnets. So he said he would do it, and I was more than happy. Excuse me. So he ordered in some magnets. Now, when I did my initial test, I don't know if you can tell. All right, so this is a 3mm magnet. Let me just see if I can pop that in there. All right, so with the 3mm magnet in there, there is a fair amount of wiggle room either side. And I thought, well, you don't really want wiggle room. You want a nice snug fit. So I said to Daniel, look, get the next side up 4mm. So I found some old 4mm I had, like 300 of the damn things, and only one slight problem. 4mm is too big. Now, what I did was, a friend of mine suggested that I cut a little chunk out of the bottom, like I've done here. I don't know if you can tell. And then see if you can just slide it in. And unfortunately, no, it doesn't want to still slide in. So unfortunately, 3 mil is the way to go. So I've messaged Daniel and said, look, I'll pay you for the 4 mils because that's my screw up. And we'll have to get some 3 mils and go that way. Now, it's nothing I'm particularly proud of. I don't like giving guys money or anyone money, but it is my fault 100%. So I have no problems whatsoever giving him the money. So, yeah. Always remember, guys, check, and check, and then ask. I mean, I measured these. That is a 4.5 mil hole. So in theory, a 4 mil magnet should slide into those holes with no problems whatsoever. But guess what? They don't. And I did think about these little balls. And I've got a couple of zillion of these. And they do fit quite well in there. Unfortunately, they're not flush. And that would mean that when I put a magnet on there, it's going to, stick out a little bit. So as much as I hate to say it, I'm going to have to repurchase a whole lot of the 3 mil magnets and start over and grovel to Daniel to put them together for me because, I'm an idiot. I'm a big idiot. So, what I have to do now is just like I said, these edges, and there's a couple more of these on the printer now, and then I'm done. That's the basic set, done and dusted. After that, I can start looking at the races, excuse me, and go from there. And all this is a very, very basic thing. So it's dark green, and then I'll do a light brush of moot green, and the blue for the water system there is, that's some dark blue, some turquoise, and then a very light dabbing of white. So, you've got your old fugly brushes, and all I'm doing is just like doing that. So I do that with the light blue as well, and then even less with the white, and then maybe a quick smear and so forth, and you get that effect. Now that's a failed print, so that's nice and smooth. The other ones are a little bit more ribbed, but that's fine. I mean, it's going to sit there and have a boat on it. It's not like it's going to be anything major. And for the ridges here, I'll just do that in some burnt sienna, and then I'll do a dry brush of Kinsler Flesh, and that's essentially the look you get with there. And then there, it's just got a little bit of white, because it's supposed to be like the tips of the mountain, so it might have a little bit of snow on it. But you don't have to do that with this. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could give it a very light dry brush in some Tomb King tan if you wanted to. Or what I have a tendency to do is use this stuff, which is wildwood, and I'll water it down a fair amount, and I'll just do it on the very tops of the tiles, just across there. Not at the bottom where the water is, just across the top, and it gives a little bit of contrast, and that's about it. So that's my thing for the next couple of days. I'm just going to paint these all undercoat in black. Then I'm going to give them a dry brush in tan, and then a dry brush in white. And that gets rid of like 95% of the layer lines because it's on a PLA printer. And then after that, it's just the prime colors like I've mentioned before, and away you go. And like I said, you'll get some, beautiful results. Now, can you see the layer lines on that? Yep, absolutely. I can anyway. But I know what I'm looking for, And that's green there. That's quite beautiful. Hides almost all the layer lines. I can still see them, but I know what I'm looking for. And the same with that there. And now all I do is when you put them on the board, though, so if I've got the water there, mountains there, and the grasslands there, if you're standing where you are now, can you see all the layer lines? Because I certainly can't. And I'm sitting reasonably close. I'm sitting a foot away. I can't see the layer lines. Maybe if I really want to squint and I know what I'm looking for, I can see a couple here and a little bit up here. But even then, not really. So it's just all about the illusion. If you watched a lot of my videos, you know how I hide layer lines. And there are other ways. And a quick one, once again, is when you're applying paint to it, don't paint up and down, paint with the layer lines so it gets into all those grooves. And that's your black. And then when you're doing your white, you go up and down, up and down, up and down. And then, you know, you just, when you get your normal paint on there, you just do whatever you really want to. So that way it fills the layer lines. That way it fills the layer lines in a different way. And that gets rid of 90% of your layer lines and you're done. Now, the only other thing I thought about for the magnets was you have this little thing on the bottom here. I was thinking about just getting a big old magnet on that and having a metal plate and just doing it like that, and then have the metal plate and just, you know, clunk things into place. The only problem with that is, A, I'd have to walk around with a large metal sheet, which ain't fun for me. And I don't want a sharp metal plate that, you know, people are going to maybe hurt themselves on. Plus the fact of, you know, pulling the thing out is going to be a pain in the butt. It's better if it's just all connected like that. And, oh, I need to remove a bit. I can just, you know, maybe move one tile out the way there and then just pop it out with the magnets and then replace it with whatever I want. It just seems a lot easier and a lot better. Anyway, I'm babbling on here, but this was supposed to be a bit of a waffle with Mighty Empires because it's going to be the last one for the year for me, more than likely. For those that, well, I'm guessing most wouldn't, Christmas time is a very dark time for me, very sad time. I lost my little brother on New Year's Day about, I don't know, 12 years ago now. So Christmas and New Year's aren't really joyous times for me. They're very sad times. And every Christmas day, every New Year's Day, I will go up to my brother's grave and have a beer with him. Hate beer. I really hate beer, but it was his drink. And apparently it's the last thing he drank before he died was a beer. So, you know, if you're going to go out with a smile, I guess. Anyway, I'm babbling. If you like this video, please put a like button in there. If you want to subscribe, there'll be more Mighty Empire stuff coming up in the new year. Any comments or anything, just ask. I am sorry this has been a bit of a waffle, but I love this game and I want to be able to play this game. And I have been told by my friend Rick that his copy will be here before Christmas. He's made sure of that. So I will have a near mint copy of Mighty Empires here just before Christmas. Normally my Christmases are very sad, but this one actually might be kind of nice. We'll see. All right, big shout out to Daniel for being the nice guy with the magnets, and hopefully he doesn't chop off my arms and legs when I tell him we've got the wrong sizes. And I will send a link to this to the Mighty Empires people on Facebook. Hexen Hills is the person that makes these. I'll put a link down below. Really great stuff. And I look forward to converting these into Skaven and maybe Chaos, maybe even Orcs and Goblins. I don't know. See how we do. Everyone have a great day. And remember, love the game, love life, Chaos out.